of Technical Education and Research Center Navsari in Civil Engineering Department. I am going to teach you the subject is Civil Engineering Social and Global Impact. In this subject we are going to learn Module 3 Infrastructure. In infrastructure we have so many topics like introduction, importance, impact of infrastructure, infrastructure habitants, mega cities, smart cities. Then after futuristic vision of energy generation as well as transportation. Then after water purification for the future and telecommunication needs in India, codes and methodology for ensuring sustainability. So let's start. There is a first we have a definition of infrastructure. So we have a two definition. First definition is given by a Cambridge Advanced Learner Dictionary. Cambridge Advanced Learner Dictionary. So in this definition they say a basic system and services, that a country or organization uses in order to work effectively means simple. There is one system which you use in an organization, like you can say there is one organization which use for the data storage. So what they require, the organization required a server used for the storage of data, but we have provided some facilities, some framework for storage data. For server we require some facility which is provide electricity, air condition, temperature maintenance. So this type of facility we required in the server room, right? So for the required this facility we provide some framework, we introduce some framework, and this framework we call this as infrastructure, right? This is the definition of Cambridge Advanced Learners Dictionary. This definition given in a Cambridge Advanced Learners Dictionary. Then now we have a second definition which is general. General we say as a facilities through which goods and services are provided to the public. Goods and services are provided to the public. Right? Are provided to the public is called infrastructure. Means some sets of facility we provided to the public for the goods and services. It's called infrastructure, right? Now infrastructure refers to a structures, system and facilities services a country, city or area, including the services and facility necessary for its economy to function. So we have some types of infrastructure like transportation. Why we require transportation? Transportation required for the faster access to a destination, and by this transportation we increase the productivity, right? Water supply and sanitation. We acquire for the construction, residential infrastructure, promote good economic growth. Water supply and sanitation is better. Then after telecommunication, improve access and transfer of data, leading to reduce travel time and increase in productivity. By the telecommunication we can increase in productivity. And energy. Reliable and abundant power enables setting up of industry and residents that create jobs, manufacture products, and promote economic growth. So these are the four types of infrastructure. We learn all this in details. Right now, importance of infrastructure. We have infrastructure development involve the following aspect. We have a provision of good transportation facilities. Provision of goods transportation facilities. Provision of well planned water supply distribution system. Provision of well planned water supply distribution system. Provision of proper drainage system. Provision of proper drainage system. Provision of electric power. Provision of proper telecommunication facilities. Provision of park and playgrounds. Provision of landscaping within the area under development. Within the area under development. Water resource projects. Postal facilities. Banking facilities. Science and technology development. Then after effect of infrastructure facility on development. What effect when we provide infrastructure? What effect we found on the development? Development if we provide interlinking road, railway, airways and waterways. What happened? Well, we interlink road, railway, airway and waterways. We facilities supply of raw material. We provide supply of raw material for industry by these transportation facilities. We by this transportation facility, raw material will be supplied at the industry and the finishing goods at the market. This will be developed by a road, railway, airway and waterway. Now what happened when we improve irrigation facility? We improve irrigation facility, this enhance agricultural product. This improve agriculture product if we increase irrigation facilities. Now what we improve education and health? What happened? Well, we improve education and health. When we improve education and health, this will care facilities give a rise to skill and health workforce. Okay. Now improvement in living standard and quality of life of the people. Improvement in living standards and the quality of life of people. What happened? Right? Then after increase in job opportunity, then with unemployment in youth, we will decrease unemployment in the youth when we increase the job opportunity. How we increase the job opportunity? We have provide better infrastructure facility, and by a better infrastructure facility we can provide job opportunity, and this job opportunity will be decrease unemployment. And after we provide a job opportunity, living standard will be increased, and if living standard increase, quality of life will be better, and health and education facility will be increased by the infrastructure, and this will be education and healthcare will be provide rise of skilled and health workforce, so we can use better job opportunities, right? So these all the things are interconnected, you just have to understand it. Now we increase the defense system, country resulting peace in the country. Development of industry, increase industrial production, and development of industry means good job opportunity, means unemployment will be decreased in the country, right? And good road network, what happened? We say good road network, we provide a good road network for the raw material to the industry. But there is second option we have. If we provide a good road network, we have natural calamities like earthquake and flood. We can save the people by the good road facilities. At that time, if earthquake, flood, drought, and any other pandemic, that time, if road connectivity we have there, that time, saving time, okay, reach at that calamities by the emergency level, it will be good. New information and communication technology promote education, social and cultural advantage, and by this all this we can say growth of GDP of the country we can see by better infrastructure. Importance of infrastructure. We understand importance of infrastructure. Wow. Now we have to understand what is the role of civil engineer in infrastructure development. So what are roles? Role of the civil engineer is a simple provision of good transportation facility, construction of irrigation facility, construction of well planned water supply system, provision of park, playground, landscaping, construction of dock and harbor for the water supply, right? Dock and harbor, no, sorry, dock and harbor for the waterway. I'm just mispredicted, okay? Construction of dock and harbor means a waterway, shipment, docks, construction of facility for electric power supply, construction of facility for internet and telecommunication, construction of education facilities. So these are the role of civil engineer in infrastructure development. India is the fourth largest economy in the world. India is the fourth largest economy in the world. Now I give you one homework. Find out first, second and third and the fifth. Fourth is India. First, second, third and fifth largest economy in the world. Write down in the comments. First which one, second which one, third which one and the fifth which one. Find out this largest economy in the world by the series and write down in the comment. Now there is a drag on Indian development is the lack of world class infrastructure. We don't have a world class infrastructure in India, as I say in India. Now this is infrastructure will pull down India's GDP growth by 1 to 2% every year. If we have a better infrastructure, your GDP growth will be increasing. Now infrastructure development on the nation. What happened? Contribution to growth through the reduction in the cost. We have a two type of infrastructure development. First, by growth, reduction in the cost. If we decrease the cost, what happened? This will impact on production, investment and employment. Impact on international competitiveness and impact of domestic markets. We have to detail understand this, okay? Now the second one, contribution of growth through structural changes. Contribution of growth through structural changes. We have a economic diversification, impact of technological innovation, impact of structural production and consumption, impact on personal welfare, impact infrastructure and wealth, and impact of infrastructure on environment. We will discuss in some little bit minor detail briefing about it. So construction of growth through reduction in cost, impact of production, investment and employment. Impact of production, investment and employment. At a time, service provided by infrastructure such as electricity, telecommunication, water and transportation are intermediate input of various industry, agriculture and service sector. And service sector. These services account for major portion of the expenses. Major portion of the expenses. The reduction in this cost also raise the profitability of the production and thus permit higher level of output and income. In case of absolute unavailability or unreliable provision of the infrastructure services, the enterprises and forces to seek a higher cost alternatives. Higher cost alternative. The unreliable infrastructure services impose direct cost of the production, delay, and loss of raw material or output. Loss of raw material or output. Now, contribution to growth through reduction in the cost, impact on international competitiveness. What happened? We impact on international competitiveness. The liberalization of trade policies in many countries have resulted in an increased globalization and intensified competition in the world trade. Advances in communication, transport, and storage facilities have also intensified the competition in world market. Competition in world market. The ability of country to provide the transport and communication services essential for modern logistic management will increasingly determine the ability to compete in international market. An unreliable and inadequate infrastructure will increase the cost of domestic transportation, and this will make a commodity to become uncompetitive at international market. So this will be impact of infrastructure on international competitiveness. Impact on domestic market development. Quality of infrastructure has profound impact on development of domestic market. The prices of agriculture commodities from rural area have huge cost of attribute to transportation and marketing cost. Satisfactory rural road rehabilitation and maintenance along with widespread access to price information through proper communication channel will play a key role in development of rural market. There is impact on domestic market development. Now, contribution to growth through structural changes like economic diversification. Improve infrastructure not only affect the production cost and profitability but also create structural change on the economy. On the economy. Rural economy improved infrastructure such as improved rural road increases the productivity of agriculture sector and present opportunity to people to engage in alternative form of employment other than agriculture, resulting in higher overall earning. Economic diversification means changing the economy. Means changing in economy. Structural change means what? Economic changes means what? Imagine there is a one country which depends on agriculture. Country is depend on agriculture. And economy means this country's economy is depend on agriculture and we want to change this economy to industrial level. What happened? Agriculture to industry. It's called economic diversification. Means agriculture, people, human, worker, which is work in agriculture, we gave to the we set this to the industry level. At economy changes, this called economic diversification. Economy from the agriculture shifting to the economy on industry. It's called economic diversification. Impact on technological innovation. Infrastructure provide the key to modern technology in all sectors. Infrastructure such as railroad, electricity brought about radical change in the markets and production in the past. If we change in the technology, you can see infrastructure will be changed. Structure of production and consumption. Infrastructure is a central to basic pattern of demand and supply and to economy's ability to respond to change in a prices or endowment of other resources. Endowment of other resources. The manufacturing industries need to adapt to changing environment and are accepted to place the production closer to final consumer in the domestic market. In the domestic market. Now, impact on personal welfare. Infrastructure has a strong relationship with the welfare of the people. With the welfare of the people. Most of the countries, the low income group generally have a less access to the infrastructure or face lower quality of service when they are available. Means we have to provide infrastructure for the all people, all personal, right? Unavailability of basic infrastructure such as clean water, sanitation, affordable housing, power supply, transport and communication affect the quality of life. Infrastructure and wealth. Infrastructure and wealth. Availability of adequate infrastructure affect land value and consequently wealth. Properties adjacent to roads have higher land values than plots which are far away, right? Now infrastructure on environment. Now impact of infrastructure on environment. The effect of infrastructure on the environment could be positive as well as negative depending on the nature of the infrastructure development. So effect of infrastructure development can be positive or can be negative. Like potential harmful environment effect like ozone depletion, soil erosion, deforestation and water pollution. These are the negative effect. These are the negative effect. Same we have a beneficial effect like safe decomposition of organic matters and extraction produce methane and this methane are used for the energy production, right? And treated wastewater used for the irrigation purposes. These are the impact. Like by the infrastructure, we have a negative impact like ozone depletion, soil erosion, deforestation, water pollution, and so many others are the negative effect. But beneficiary what? If we are decompose some organic matters, waste from the houses, we decompose it and produce methane. So we can use the methane for the energy production. And same for the treated wastewater, means grey water from the kitchen. Grey water from the kitchen, we can use it for the irrigation purpose if we use some treatment method on it, right? Now infrastructure habitants. So habitants is a created or emerged in a connection with a road, railroad and other man-made environment can be important from the species conservation standpoint. Pilot studies and surveys have shown that infrastructure habitants replace or supplement habitat in agriculture landscape. Infrastructure habitats cover a large area and exist in most part of the country. Simple, we say it as one habitants. We call this infrastructure habitants if we develop something on it. Right? So if we have some habitants, manage and need to improve. Some habitants we have to manage and needs to improve. In some, present management is good, but there is no long-term guarantee. There is no long-term guarantee. And some habitants may indeed have values, may indeed have values, but not high enough to justify any specific efforts. Right? So here we have a three types of habitants. One which is managed, one which is presently managed but no long-term guarantee. The last one we have managed but not high enough to justify any specific effort because it's destroyable habitats. It's destroyed. Okay. Now habitats fragmentation, splitting of natural habitats and ecosystem into smaller, more isolated patches. And transportation, agriculture, urbanization are three main causes of fragmentation. Fragmentation means destroy, is split. Habitats will be split, right? And conflict between infrastructure and natural environment are inevitably set increase in the future. Infrastructure builders are inconvenienced by nature and nature is inconvenienced by infrastructure and traffic. So we have to create a bonding between the nature and infrastructure, right? Evidence connectivity, vital property of landscape, is especially important for the sustainable animal movement across the landscape. Sustainable animal movement across the landscape, the prevention of habitat, connectivity should be strategic goal in the environment policy of transport sector. Policy of transport sector. Now sustainable healthy habitats development. How we develop habitats with sustainability involve maintenance of the ecological balance in terms of symbiotic preservative on rural and urban development. One developing urban extension of existing town as well as new integrated township, reversing a significant proportion of total master plan area as the green lungs of the city, protecting water bodies with special emphasis on the floodplains of our rivers and developing green belt around city. Desirable to pursue a goal of 2025 recreational land use area. Now we have a next topic is megacity. Megacity. India is a home of five megacities. Simple megacity definition is a 10 million population in the city. We call this at megacity. In India, in the 2060, we have a New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, and Chennai. These are the five megacities in 2060. In 2060, but in 2030, there is a two more members, which is Hyderabad and Ahmedabad, will be joined in these megacities. Now, megacities in the world top 5 by 2020. We have a top 5 megacities in the world. First is Fusan, China, Tokyo, Yokohama, Japan, Shanghai, China, Jakarta, Indonesia, and the Delhi, India. Now one more thing. China China and India. This is the most populated country in the world. China on the first and India on the second. So obviously, megacities is defined by population. So China and Delhi will be most populated in the world, right? And we have mega cities in India 2020 top 5: Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Ahmedabad. These are the top 5 mega cities by 2020 in India. Now, what happened? How we mega cities created? The rural population have been trickling into the cities. Have been trickling. Trickling means shifting. Rural means from the village to urban area, right? Move from rural to urban, offer new employment. Move from rural to urban, offer new employment options for a young, hopeful people. And this will accelerate it, leading unpredicted migration into urban areas. And by 2020, much of the global population will be centered 50 megacities clustered throughout the world, 90% of urbanization occurring in the global. Means 50% population will be on the megacities, right? Now we have some challenges in megacities. First challenge is economy dependency. Economy dependency means country economy is depend only on these megacities. On these megacities. Same thing we can see call about India. India's economy in GDP are almost 50% is depend on Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore, as well as Delhi. 50% GDP depend on this economy, these mega cities. Second is environment. Simple logic: population moves, pollution will be increased, climate change will be increased, weather conditions will be changed, sea level will be rising, and vulnerable to flooding. Right? And I say population more, pollution will be increasing. Nature environment will be damaged because megacity will be growing and growing because increasing population. Housing demand, imagine 10 million peoples, they need a housing. Living condition will be worse because population is more, we have a traffic jam, poor air quality, health risk. Then after contribution to GDP, I say 50 to 40% of income, and produces slums production. Population will be more, lack of houses we have. Okay, and by this housing we found slums in the mega cities. Crime will be increasing. Then after homelessness, so simple homelessness, slum will be generated. Traffic congestion, urban sprawl. Urban sprawl means spreading out of city. City will be spread out. Gentrification, wealthier people buying properly in a less prosperous community. Lower income residents are forced to move out of the community. Means rich people live different and the lower income people different area. This will become a gap between the wealthier people. Air pollution will be increased. Energy and material resources will be increased. Now we have a smart city. Megacity means effect on the population, but smart city definition is different. Smart city, city that monitors and integrate conditions of all of its critical infrastructure, including roads, bridges, tunnels, rail, subway, airport, seaports, communication, water supply, power. Even major buildings can better optimize its resources, plan its preventive maintenance activities, and monitor. Smart cities select करो. Select करो मैं. Preventive maintenance activities and monitor security aspect while maximizing services to its citizen is known as smart city. So simple definition we can say smart city you never face any type of problem in your smart city. It's called a simple language. You have a better transportation facility, you have a better sanitation, you have a better water supply, you have a better electricity, and you have a better use of resources, right? And as well as they provide a security. It's called smart city. And smart city are those which have a smart physical, social, institutional, and economical infrastructure. Simple definition we can say which this is called a smart city which provide physical, which physical means by look, social means by people, institutional means by education, and economical means by industry, gives a better infrastructure facility, right? It's called smart city. Now smart city, what we facilities we have? We have a high quality of life. And how we get? Good quality and affordable houses. Good quality and affordable houses. And cost efficient physical infrastructure. Cost efficient physical infrastructure. As well as provide 24 by 7 water supply, 24 by 7 electricity, sanitation, clean air, quality education, healthcare, security, entertainment, sports, robust and high speed interconnectivity, fast and efficient urban mobility. These are the features of smart city. Now smart city competitiveness. We have some competition like employment opportunity, attract investment, ease of doing business, and quality of life. These are the uh, features of smart city based on competitiveness. Then after sustainability, we have a social sustainability, environment sustainability, and financial sustainability. And quality of life, we have a safety, inclusiveness, entertainment, healthcare, and opportunity for participate in governance. So these are the features of smart city by the competition, by sustainable and quality of life. By the merging of these three, like quality of life, employment, and environment sustainability, by these three merging, we found a smart city. If we found these three features, well combined, and well implemented, we found a smart city. Now, factor required to become a smart city. We require which type of factor? So we provide holistic urban environment, fundamental values along with options to grow and prosper. It should provide opportunity to the new generation to participate in cities management. It should provide satisfactory lifestyle to the people. It has to be living city with respiratory system supported by citizen and technology for its governance, management and functioning. It should be technologically sound and efficient city. It should be technologically sound and efficient city. It should offer quality water supply, sanitation, electrical supply, cost effective healthcare, quality education, communication network, clean environment, solid waste management, and better public transport safety, etc. These are the factors required in the smart city. Now we have a pillars of smart city. First is social infrastructure, physical infrastructure, institutional infrastructure, economic infrastructure. So let's discuss about pillars of smart city. First is institutional infrastructure. In institutional is not depend on the only on the education. Institutional means e-governance, system of governance, inclusive governance, sense of safety and security, planning and management in city, and making it efficient, accountable and transparent. Right? These are the pillars of smart city. First pillar is institutional. Second pillar is physical, means urban mobility system, housing stock, energy system, water supply system, sewage system, sanitation facility, solid waste management and drainage system. These are the physical infrastructure. Now the third one is social infrastructure. By the social, we have to provide education, healthcare, entertainment, and open space for the park. And economic infrastructure provide employment opportunity. How we provide employment opportunity? We provide industrial park, export processing zone, and trade centers. Right. Then after some advantages of smart city like land use in the future, land use for the future, make a land use more efficient for the future, housing and inclusiveness, expand housing opportunity for all, creating walkable localities. Walkable means road network not only for vehicles but also for pedestrian and cyclists. We have to provide facility for the only not for the vehicles, like not for the bike, not for the cars. We also have a pedestrian and cyclist we have. So we have a same facility provide for them. Open space, we have to provide park, playground, transport options, transit oriented development and public transport we have to provide it. Traffic management. Traffic management, we have a monitoring road system, automatic management traffic light, intelligent transport system, smart parking, alert driver about free parking spots, citizen friendly and cost effective. Just provide all the facility with less and less cost, and provide some identity of the city. We have to find some identity of the city. Like solution, we have so many problems, but we have a solution for that because we think about it. No? So if this type of problem we have, what we solution we can provide? We have waste management, smart city maintenance, smart grids for the electricity, smart urban lighting. Right? Now, impact of smart city on Indian infrastructure. Smart city is innovative, sanitative by a government of India towards improving quality of life and attracting people and investment. Indian real estate sector has undergoes transition of past decades due to increased rate of urbanization, liberalization of the sector, foreign direct investment, real estate investment, and increased competitiveness. Urban areas accepted to house 40% Indian population and 75% contribution in India's GDP by 2030. Impact of smart city, requirement of Indian smart city, better quality of infrastructure, sustainable and inclusive development, employment opportunity, connectivity, more inflow of talent, smart ecosystem, and better sustainability. Now our topic is completed here. We going to end this lecture. This question here, write down the impact of infrastructure on the development of nation. Okay, then after define mega cities and smart city and explain four pillar of smart city. Explain four pillars of smart city. These three are the practice question. Try to write it down. Okay, so lecture is completed here. So next lecture we discuss about future transportation for the road. Till then, take care and goodbye.